I think if we're going to criminalize speech and somehow impeach everybody who says, oh, go fight to hear your voices heard, I mean, really, we ought to impeach Chuck Schumer then. People want to hold President Trump accountable for language. There has to be a consistent standard. And to my mind, it's a partisan farce because they're not doing anything to Chuck Schumer, not doing anything to Representative Omar, not doing anything to Maxine Waters. It's just not fair.
Senator Rand Paul there accusing some high-profile Democrats of a double standard as former President Trump's impeachment trial is set to begin tomorrow. The former president is accused of inciting the Capitol insurrection last month. But the senator says Democrats are unfairly targeting political speech and that they themselves have used combative rhetoric as well. We pulled some examples for you. Watch.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
Go to the Hill today. Get up and please get up in the face of some Congress people.
If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
All right, you heard what she said clearly, right? Congresswoman Waters is now denying she was encouraging violence against members of the Trump administration. Watch the latest from her.
As a matter of fact, if you look at the words that I used, the strongest thing I said was tell them they're not welcome. Talk to them. Tell them they're not welcome. I didn't say go and fight. I didn't say anybody was going to have any violence, and so they can't make that stick.
Joining me now, former Acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker. Matt, good to see you. Talk to me about double standard. Does it exist here? What do you see?
Well, Washington, D.C. wouldn't exist without hypocrisy, so let's start there. But, you know, what I do see is I know when Maxine Waters made those statements, I was in the administration, and I'm certain that the security detail at the Department of Justice was very concerned about the heightened risk to people like myself. So I don't think, you know, if we're going to criminalize and impeach for speech, then we're in trouble. But Harris, you know, I've noticed another thing that's happening right now, and that is the criminal standard for incitement is in a Supreme Court opinion called Brandenburg versus Ohio, and that lays out a very clear standard. Democrats have been saying, well, this isn't a criminal proceeding, so that standard doesn't apply. Well, if the law doesn't apply and if the Supreme Court's precedent doesn't apply, then really all we have here is a partisan impeachment and just another attempt to take Donald Trump and who may want to reelect him in the future. And so I see a real concerning precedent that hopefully this will not happen.
So you're teaching us about how this works. You cited that case, Brandenburg versus Ohio. So Senator Rand Paul says impeach Chuck Schumer. How would that work? And can you apply? I mean, is this just going to become the political football now?
Yeah, and it's a political football. When Republicans take over the House, you should expect them to impeach someone, maybe a president, maybe a member of Congress or a senator, and it's just going to be a back and forth. And really, ultimately, it's not good for the Republic. If you think about the types of things...
But could you impeach Chuck Schumer? Like, I just want to know how it works.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously Congress plays by their own rules and sets their own rules, but there has been historically senators that have been impeached, and in fact, after they were done serving. And so, you know, this is something that is going to be again, it's cheapening the impeachment standard. It is distracting Congress right now from what they should be worried about, like arresting the violent crime epidemic in our major cities, doing more for the COVID-19 challenges we face, and also, you know, so many other things that the people of America want Congress to work for them.
So, you know, there has been this thought among Republicans reported that they really want this to be a shortened experience, a shortened process. Mark Meadows, former chief of staff for former President Trump, said this on impeachment witnesses.
The question on witnesses will be generally decided here in the next 48 hours or so as it goes before the Senate. But generally speaking, that is something that should have already happened in the House. And then they're supposed to hear that evidence in the Senate. Hopefully that's what we'll do. I'm optimistic that we'll find a bipartisan agreement that says let's get this thing over with very quickly.
How fast could this go?
Well, the Democrats are going to quickly realize that this is a loser for them, and they're going to want to end it as quickly as they're going to start it. I mean, and Meadows is absolutely right. The House should have heard evidence. They should have taken witnesses. They should have anything that's being presented to the Senate in trial should be have already considered and part of the record in the House. It doesn't exist because it was a rush impeachment, and so the Senate is going to quickly decide, probably as soon as tomorrow, whether or not they're going to take witnesses. If they don't, it's going to be a very short process.
And just a yes or no on this. President Trump, do we expect to see him?
I don't expect that we'll see him, no.
Testifying at the impeachment trial. Okay. Matt Whitaker, always great to have you on the program. Good to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you, Harris.